Let's talk to Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Thanks for joining us, Senator. We know you are under self-quarantine. First, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've never taken my temperature as many times as I have. My temperature has been around 97.5 for days now. So
okay.
Hopefully I'm past the risk.
All right. So your reaction to the developments. So the government is erring on the side of doing more, of going big. They're going big time. We know we heard about the federal plan that indicates it might last 18 months. We don't know. Are you comfortable with what the government is talking about now? The president is talking $1.2 trillion in stimulus, $500 billion to individual taxpayers getting a $1,000 check, $2,000. Go big, go big, go big. Is that the answer?
Here's the way I look at it. Step one is almost all the focus right now has to be on how do we deal with coronavirus. If we can figure out how to deal with that, then we don't have to worry as much about the stimulus because we will figure out how to get businesses going again. But if we don't crack down, get the testing done, close the borders, stop, make sure we're having social distancing, get the supply chain done, we will not deal with coronavirus for a long time. That's the first thing. Number two, I am all in for helping the workers that are hurt. The small businesses, the workers that are hourly, the tip workers. I'm not in for bailing out big businesses. I think we have to be fiscally responsible. I know it's a crisis, but you still have to look at, we have to be fiscally responsible.
Understood. A fifth of the Dow's losses over the last 5 weeks was Boeing. We got to get oil above $30 a barrel to help the oil patch. This thing is highly contagious. It's more dangerous than the regular flu. 20% do get hospitalized. We're hearing that Wuhan in China reporting just one new case for a second straight day. What is going on? We're talking about the action worldwide to get to the other side, to get to the race for a vaccine. Let's listen to the Pentagon on the race for a vaccine. They're deploying Fort Detrick, the Army Infectious Disease Center. Let's listen to this.
I just returned from a visit to Fort Detrick to see firsthand how DoD doctors and scientists are advancing vaccine and treatment efforts to combat the coronavirus. I was briefed on the Army Medical Research and Development Command's cutting-edge COVID-19 response. And then I visited the Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases to learn about its ongoing experimentation and testing. The Army's work on a vaccine is one of the many ways the Department of Defense is supporting President Trump's whole-of-government approach to fight the virus and substantially slow its spread.
Senator, your reaction to that?
Look, I think Secretary Esper is doing a good job. I think the Trump administration is trying to figure out how to get every agency to be involved. This is a significant crisis. But if we can get a vaccine done quicker, then we're going to get our economy back quicker. So our focus has to be stop the spread, get the vaccine done.
Do you think stimulus money should go directly toward these vaccine companies?
I think we need to. The vaccine is the one, containment, and two, vaccines are the two biggest thing we can do. We've got to, when we're going to spend money, let's spend money to deal with the coronavirus first, because that is causing all the problems. So we've got to figure out how to get the vaccine done, and we've got to figure out how to keep people safe until we get the vaccine done. That's the biggest focus we need to do.
Just an update on why the NICE shut. 2 people down there did test positive for this virus. Okay, we just showed at least 14 companies working on a vaccine or treatment. We're talking Johnson & Johnson, Regeneron. I want to move to what Australia is talking about. Australia, they may have found something to break the back of this virus. Queensland University, they're going to launch human trials within a month. COVID-19 patients given 2 drugs used to treat AIDS and malaria. We're talking chloroquine and also remdesivir. So they're doing it at 50 hospitals by the end of the month, reportedly eradicated the virus in lab tests. That is good news. Your reaction?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at it, do all the precautions so fewer people get it. Find out if you do get it, how do we keep you alive and make you well? And then next, how do you have a vaccine that makes sure that you're never going to get it? So that is the biggest thing we can do. Look, I know we have to focus on the economy, and I'm all focused on the people that have been impacted, but I want to put our effort right now into dealing with the biggest problem. It's coronavirus.
Yeah, so that's it. So it's about containment. So it's about getting more ventilators, getting a cure, getting vaccines. We've got a 0.4% mortality rate now worldwide. This is you're going to see mortality rates. We're showing them now. There's a lot of variance in the mortality rates. Final question. The U.S. Surgeon General, looks like the Trump administration is modeling the country's response on South Korea, not doing widespread lockdowns, not doing quarantines. Your reaction to Bill Ackman saying, shut the country down for 1 month. What is your response to that?
I would follow what Taiwan and South Korea have done. What they've done is they have robust testing, but they also have social distancing. Let's do what they did. First off, I can't trust anything that comes out of China. Do what they did. Don't do what Italy did, because Italy, look at how bad it got there. So let's do everything we can. So shut the border down, solve the testing issue, get people tests, get people to quarantine themselves. Make sure we have a supply chain so we keep all of our healthcare workers safe. So if we get sick, somebody's there to take care of. Those are the big things.
Yeah, the Trump administration with that Defense Procurement Act, that's the Korean War era law that they invoked. It's going to push fast to get medical supplies into the hospital. Senators, stay well. Give us an update on how you're doing. We want you back on the show soon.
Sounds good.